What's up guys, Guardian Grafton, we are back, and so anyway, today we are working on, as you can tell by the title, the Flamingo exhibits, and so if you didn't check out the last zoo episode, I recommend checking it out, and it was pretty nice. I mean, I really like the way this exhibit went, and so you might notice that there is one ram, one of the male bighorn sheep called a ram. One of those are missing, and that is because they will actually try to murder each other. So yeah, there's only one, and the rest of them are just females. So yeah, that is not really the best, but it's pretty easy to deal with. But so anyway, now we need to go ahead and work on the flamingo exhibit. Now I went ahead, already cleared out this entire space. There used to be like water over here, but I went ahead and cleared it all up because the water wasn't really in the spot I was wanted to be in. And I went ahead and shaped up the mountain back right over here, and I think it actually has a good shape. I don't know. I think it looks pretty cool. But so yeah, now I need to go ahead. I already have all the stuff figured out. I saw like this cool photo that I'm gonna kind of use as like a thing to think to, and I really liked it. Pretty much it was like a big part is like water, like not that much. It'd be probably about like right within there, and then I'm gonna add my own little touches to it and all that. But then there was like kind of like mud, but I'm just using sand for that. And then I'm gonna have it to where I use grass paths to kind of like separate the grass from the sand. I'm gonna have a thin layer of that. Then I'm gonna actually have grass, but then right here I'm gonna add more grass paths, and then there's gonna be a little kind of like a little more murky water, and same with an area like right back over there. I also kind of want to do like a thing of murky water. I might change my mind on that. I'm just kind of debating about it, but yeah, it might change, it might not. But so yeah, now we need to go ahead and get to work on that. So first off, I need to get a good design for the railing and all that. So kind of what I have planned is, I kind of have two plans. One, I just use like stone bricks, and I do like that with like some kind of like some gray glass panes. Or I could do something kind of more like a jungle thing. I don't know. Like if I go over here, if I go ahead and go over here, and I get maybe that, there's two different options I kind of want to go for. So this right here, which kind of matches the path, or this right here, and I don't know which one. I feel like this right here would be better because it kind of brings out the exhibit a little bit better. So I could do that, and then I also want a railing. So my choices I kind of have going through my head are one of these two. So the white one, I kind of like the white railing. Yeah, the white railing. So we're going to go ahead and just do that. So we have this already chosen out. And then what I'd like to go ahead and do is get that. And I could use this right here as just kind of like that. Because it kind of, maybe? Nah, I don't really like that. I don't like it. It blends into the path too much. It's supposed to be like a path separator. That right there would work. Like, I'm not really complaining about this right here. So I think I'm just going to do this. This right here is going to have to work. So yeah, this area is just going to be the design. I'm just going to go ahead and wrap this all the way around, and I'm going to show you how I plan on sorting out this, so that way they don't just jump over the panes. And then, yeah, let me just go and do this, and I'll just kind of go ahead and fix up the thing I have planned next for the railing. Alright, and now that I have all this done, I can go ahead and put the barrier box up and get rid of all that. So now we're done with this right here. So now what I want to go ahead and do is start working on the actual exhibit. Now first off, we got to figure out where exactly the water is going to be at. So I want to make sure there's a little bit of space left about right, maybe actually no, because I could get to where the water kind of goes under the railing, just to give it that a little bit of effect maybe. Like, you know, sometimes the like I could make the railing go through the water or something like that, or I could add support beams and all that. I don't really know. Because I'd like, maybe? I don't really know. It's a little bit of a tougher choice. Let me just go ahead and get the shape of the water all kind of figured out. So I want it to be definitely a big water source, probably about here. I want it to try to turn slowly, like as kind of like a slower turn. So now, pretty much all of the water is done. And if you notice something a little bit different on my screen, it's because I turned off the like the button hint thing, where like it shows me which button to click for access inventory or punch or place. I turned that off because I didn't want it on. It just kind of obstructed a little bit of viewing and all that. But you might notice this area looks a little bit rounded, like more than like a block, like, you know. So here I found this like a little hint that like a tip you can do. So like, say if you're trying to build like a something that's kind of more of a smooth transition, what you can do is like whenever like instead of like just placing like slabs, you know, sideways, so that's like that, what you could do is mix the slabs in with stairs as well. And since the stairs still can fill up with water, if you have a sand block behind that or dirt or whatever, you can still put sugar cane on it. And then also whenever you do that, you can make it seem as if it's transitioning a little bit more smoothly. And I think it's a pretty good build, like a build hack. I just kind of discovered it myself. I was just like, what else can I do for detail? And I figured that out. So yeah, that is pretty nice. And I just accidentally put that up. There we go. And I'm just gonna hold on for that for later. So anyway, now we need to go ahead and get this out. Where is the sugar cane? Because I did not grab any sugar cane. Alright, so now that all the sugar cane and all that is in, it's starting to look a little bit better. Like, you know, like it just looks better. So now we can go ahead and actually start working on the transition to from the sand to the actual grass. So what I mean by transition is pretty much by adding some of this in. Now see, just one block is actually very dark, but if like I combine it amongst other blocks like this right here, it makes it like a lighter color. And it kind of looks almost like dirt in a way, but it also still keeps like that sand somewhat of a texture and grass. Alright, there we go. I'd say that there kind of helps the transition a little bit more than the grass path. I don't know, it looked a lot better in my head. I guess because I didn't really make the path wide enough, I don't know. But it just didn't really look as good as it did in Paleocraft. But so yeah, here we go. Here's the new transition. It looks a lot better, and there's a few dirt that's still trying to heal up, but yeah, we don't need to really completely worry about that. So anyway, there's a few resources I didn't grab, and now there would be some flowers. So I want lilacs. So lilacs, they look very tropical, and same with blue orchids. I think blue orchids and lilacs, they look very well together. I don't know if it's the color scheme or what, but they look both like really good tropical flowers that just bring together tropical exhibits and stuff like that. So I do definitely want to add that in. And so we got some bamboo, we're going to make some palm trees, we're going to make some rocks and all that, some bushes, and we got cocoa beans for coconut, obviously. So I guess we can go ahead and start working on the trees. So the palm trees we need to go ahead and start working on. So for the palm trees, I'm not really completely sure. I want to do that design that I have in Paleocraft. Oh yeah, and I did update some of these palm trees to look like the ones from the designs from Paleocraft, like the 8 whatever palm trees. So yeah, we need to go ahead and just get that design going. I'm going to do a mixture of the 4-leaf and the 8-leaf palm trees, just as a little bit of a design difference, just that way it can actually add a little bit of design, all that. Did I make this? I feel like I made this way too big. So I have a little bit of bad news. This here is me after the video should have like already been completely done. This right here. This here is the bad news. So you might notice a lot of details were added in, and a lot of details you did not see in the actual video. I recorded all of it. I was planning on putting in a good bit of it, but guess what? The recording clip for some reason did not save. I checked. I waited a little bit longer, see if it had saved, like maybe like, you know, a little bit, but it didn't. But so these are here the flamingos. I decided to just go ahead and show you because you know, that's the whole point. They don't move a lot. Like they barely move. Like I'm not even joking. I don't think these guys have even moved since I spawned them in, except for just doing these common little movements like that. Like I don't think these guys have moved from the spot where I spawned them in. But kind of sucks. But you know, there's a few things I want to recommend. If you're trying to make a tropical exhibit, make sure you use these two flowers. These flowers right here are really good for tropical exhibits, and the lilacs are really good for like lakes or anything like that. I didn't use any over here because I just don't think they'd really match this exhibit that well. But they match tropical exhibits, and these lilacs, if you put them around like a kind of like a marsh area, something like a marsh, it can actually make the marsh come together a lot better. So I recommend lilacs to put around water. Obviously I can't do it for this because it's sand and all that, but yeah, so just kind of give you a little bit of a fly around really fast, just that way you can see what you might have missed, because I did a lot of work that didn't save. But so yeah, there you go. That is it, and I hope these flamingos do move. Hopefully they probably won't, but if they don't, I guess it's fine. Like, I guess it'd be fine since, you know, they can obviously tell they're real, they're moving around, all that. It's just that you'd think they would actually move somewhat. Like, you know, they don't just stand like that all day. And whenever they do, they don't just put their foot back down after 2 seconds, you know? So, yeah. Alright, there will do it. If you guys did enjoy, please make sure to leave a like and subscribe. It would really help me out, and get that goal up to 500 subscribers, and,